This is Ashwin again. How is it going? Welcome back to another exciting tutorial on OpenCV3 and Python 3. In the last tutorial, we saw morphological transformations on an image. In this tutorial, we are going to have a look at contours in an image. So let us get started with the book definition of contours. So a contour is a curve joining all the continuous points along the boundary with the same color value. So suppose this is an image. This is an image, don't suppose. So all the continuous points with the same color along with the boundary, they are known as, the line, a curve or line joining all these points is known as a contour. So an image can have multiple contours. Of course, if there are multiple objects, then we can have multiple contours in the image. Also, by this time, you must have understood that one of the byproducts of contours is nothing but a segmented image. So if you go on finding the contours in this image and draw all those contours on this image, then you will have a segmented image. So let us have a look at a couple of OpenCV functions which help us to find out and draw the contours. So the first function is cv2.findContours. It takes three arguments: the image for which the contour is to be found out, the contour retrieval mode, and the contour approximation mode. So this is the list of contour retrieval and this is the list of contour approximation modes. So don't worry about these. I'm going to have them mentioned in the description section down below. So do not forget to check out the description section in case you are wondering where you can get this list. Also, I can just copy this list in the code itself at the end of this video. And finally, we are going to have cv2.drawContours. It takes the image on which the contour is to be drawn as an argument, as well as the list of contours returned by cv2.findContours as an argument. So let us go ahead and write a code for these functions. I have already written the code. I am just going to explain because it took me quite a while to understand how these things work, and then again I really did not want to mess up the video recording session. So the code is very simple. You are just going to learn a couple of new lines of code. So these lines, they read an image, they convert that image from BGR to RGB, and then they save it into a variable. Similarly, this line saves it into a saves a grayscale converted image into a variable gray. So now the question that you might be asking is, why the hell we are converting the image to the grayscale? So the answer is that we are going to find out a thresholded image or a binary image using this grayscale image, and we all know that it's kind of easy to find out threshold and to get the binary image using grayscale image. Now again, you might be asking why we are using a binary image to find the contours. So the answer for all these questions is that for a binary image, it's very difficult. It's for a binary image, it is very easy to find out the contours because the boundaries in the binary image are clearly marked. Either you have a white pixel or you have completely dark pixel. There is no in between. So let us have a look at the output image after applying the threshold of 127. So if you can change the value of this threshold as you want. We all know how this thresholding stuff works. Okay, and we are using binary thresholding algorithm. So the flag for that is 0. So let's execute this, and this is the output of thresholded image. So mind it that it's showing colors because I'm not using gray color map for displaying this intermediate result. So basically I should use gray color map, but again it will be like modifying a lot of code for like a moment. So I don't want that to happen. And don't worry, this is not a contoured image. We are going to see it in a moment. Then we can use this thresholded image as an argument or as an input to this find contours. And as I have said earlier, we also need to provide the retrieval modes as well as approximation modes. I'm going to mention these modes in the comment section down below, as I said earlier, and also I'm planning to put it in the code once the recording is done. Of course, as a part of comment, otherwise the code will crash. So this function, it returns 3 values. One is the image or the original image as it is. Second one is the list of contours, and third one is the hierarchy. So in order to be able to debug, I am just out of curiosity, you can just go ahead and print the stuff. This is the stuff. This is the list of contours. Basically, it's a list of points. Okay, you can see that it's int32 and it's an array actually. So this is a list of all the points which make up that contour, and this is the list of hierarchy. This is the hierarchy, okay, of the contours. It's pretty much long list because it has almost every point. It has got all the points which are the part of the curve or the contour. Now we should be able to draw this using cv2.drawContours. So once we use this function, so for using this function we need to pass the original image, and original image is going to be overwritten with all the contour patterns. So we are then again reading the original image into another variable known as original, and then we are displaying it here using the matplotlib's plt.imshow function. So where were we? Okay, so here we were here on cv2.drawContours. So the parameters to be passed to cv2.drawContours are image as well as the contour. Once we pass these arguments to that, then it is going to take the list of contours and superimpose it on the image that we are passing it, and hence the output will be stored in the variable img. And then we are reading the original image, as I said earlier, again from the file, and we are displaying it. So once we execute this code, we will have the original image as well as besides original image, we are going to have the image superimposed with all the curves of contour. So in case you are wondering what this 0,0,255 is, it's nothing but the color of the contour curve, and 2 is the width of the contour curve. So let's execute it and let's see the output. So the output is something like this. I'm using the blue color for drawing the contour because the image is predominantly green and red, and blue color happens to be an excellent color which counters all these colors to show the obvious edges of the within the image. So this is the contour image with contours. In case you want to see a different result, you can just change the value of threshold. Yeah, so after changing the threshold, this is the thing, this is the output. Again, if we change the threshold to 50, we are going to have excellent result in distinguishing the objects. Yeah, so this is like another result. I think that I should comment out this thing so that we can compare the results side by side. Yeah, so this is when we keep threshold equal to 50. Even we can keep the threshold equal to 25 and see the output. Yeah, so here the boundaries are not clearly marked, and what if I keep it 75? The output is going to be different. Yeah, so this is how we can use contours to create the segments within the image, and for image segmentation, and also for drawing the boundaries between the objects in the image. So very soon, in the next couple of videos, we are going to have a look at a couple of applications of this drawing contour in the live video for detection of the movement. So I hope that you liked the video and you understood the concept of contour, and from now onwards you will be independently able to write the code for finding out as well as drawing the contour in an image. So let me know if you have got more ideas about how we can use contours in real life project in the comment section down below. Thanks a lot for watching this video. Let me know your thoughts and suggestions in the comment section. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe. I will see you next time.